Hi, it's me again. I'm making another quarantine creative food ideas video. I've been doing a couple of things over the last few days. I've made my own kombucha. Um, I call it a limited success while everybody around me has called it a success. We had grapes that were going bad, and I threw them in a sterilized jar with some tea that I made. I washed the grapes ahead of time with soap and water, and then I let them sit in some water before I put them in. And then I used the bottom dregs sounds more correct, of an old kombucha that I had. And then I let it sit in a cupboard. It's actually a warm cupboard because it's over my refrigerator for a few days. I think actually it was technically a week. I opened it up today. I did make 2 of them, and the one that I opened up today was probably a little under fermented. So I'm gonna leave the other one up there for a while. So I did that this week. I made Alton Brown's brownies, and those might be better. Those are really good. Everybody look those up. Also, you have the ingredients. Those are there's a lot of butter and 4 eggs and a lot of sugar, but you have all the ingredients. So that one's an easy one to make. Highly recommend that. We are still working through those brownies because we want to parcel it out. They're so good. Let's see. Today I also made my own homemade ranch dressing because I had some buttermilk because I was going to do some baking with the buttermilk, and then I don't think I ever did. I also had some leftover sour cream. We had some weird yogurt that we got from an Indian restaurant that I threw in there. We also had some whipping cream that I needed to use up, and so I whipped it up in the container and then just threw it in there when it's basically pre-butter. So I threw that in there too, and I had some fresh spices that were going bad from the last time I went to the grocery store that I threw in there. Some garlic, onion powder, salt and pepper. And then I threw in the best ingredient ever, Old Bay. I don't really have a lot of uses for that, but I was making a seafood salad. I was throwing imitation crab meat, which is not something I buy, but once again, I was at the grocery store. It's the only time I go out. I was at the grocery store and I just needed to grab things that were weird and different and see what I could do with them. So I grabbed some imitation crab meat and I put it on top of a salad, and it was amazing. Highly recommend Old Bay and homemade ranch dressing. Let's see. I know I've made some other things, but I can't think of them right now. I did make brown rice for the first time. There was a brown rice medley that I had in my cupboard probably for over a year, if not 2 years, possibly more than that, from Trader Joe's. And I'd always given myself excuses not to use it. And today I tried to do that again. I was like, oh, I think this would go better with something else. And then I said, why are you, just make the brown rice. It was so great. I just put it in there with some broth that I had made because I have a lot of chicken bones. I still have 2 carcasses of chickens in my freezer. So I'm going to make another round of broth after this. I also made, so anyway, backing up back to the brown rice, I threw in my chicken broth in there in my rice cooker. I did this trick that I learned from an ex-boyfriend's mom who is Filipino Hawaiian. And the trick is you put the rice in there, you clean it first. So run it through a strainer, or you just put it in a pot and keep running water in there and kind of washing the rice until it runs clear. So I did that, and then you fill it up with liquid to the pot. So here's the rice, and you put your finger on top, and you fill it up to the first knuckle of your middle finger. Works every freaking time. Every time. I always do consider, though, her fingers a little more dainty than mine, but I don't exactly have large hands or anything, so I think I go just below that knuckle line. And when my husband does it, I tell him, like, oh, go there. It works every time. Perfect rice. I never have to measure anything other than hold my finger there and fill it up. And I just fill it up with pre-made broth. Perfect rice. And then I made pickled onions, and I made 1 jar with white wine vinegar and 1 jar with red wine vinegar. Put peppercorns in both, bay leaves in both, garlic in both, coriander seeds and mustard seeds, as well as peppercorn, or not peppercorns, the stuff you put on pizza, dried pepper flakes. Put some in there for a little kick. So we'll see how that comes out in a few days. So I don't know how everybody else is doing in quarantine. Being really creative in the kitchen is helping me. I need a creative outlet, and I can't do my paintings and my photography as easily, because photography, I kind of need new places, new situations, which this is not. This is the opposite of that. But also the drawing and the painting. We live in a very small house, and so I have to set everything up and then take everything down. And I'm watching my kid every day. He's 4. He doesn't listen very well. And I need to be paying attention to him, and it takes me hours to do art projects. So it's not where my creativity can go during these quarantined days. So I'm gonna keep at doing weird kitchen things. I still have to make pasta. I have pasta flour, and I now have unbleached flour. I'm still working on my sourdough starter, keeping it alive. It seems to be doing okay, but I think it could be doing better. And I don't even like sourdough. I made a sourdough loaf, and I hated it. I hated it so much I threw it out. But you know what? It was a fun process. I think I'm going to make bread next too. I did have a friend that sent me some yeast because she was able to get some. So I think I'm going to make just some regular sandwich bread, because I bought Italian sub fillings, but I kind of forgot to buy good Italian sub bread. So maybe I'll do that this week or in the next coming days. Yeah, I'm just trying to throw some ideas out there for people. I don't think that I'm like the most knowledgeable person on the planet. Far from it. I just have the energy to be creative in the kitchen, and I thought I should share that with y'all. And I don't even think I've gotten any viewers on my other video, but this helps one person stay sane for one day. I think that would totally make it worth it. So stay safe, you guys. Yeah, this is hard, so don't be hard on yourself. I need that advice too. This is really hard, so don't be hard on yourself. And have fun creating in the kitchen. Okay, bye everyone.